Hey, welcome back to Words on Paper. My name is Jesus, and today I am back with a book review of Eden by Tim Lebbon. Now, I saw this book all over the place last year, and this was a highly anticipated read for me. I heard a lot of good things about it. Um, Before I give you a rating, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what happens in the book. Just a quick synopsis. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Um, but basically, um, global warming, rise of the oceans, animal extinctions, the permafrost that's melting, the ice caps, and everything. So basically, the world created 13 zones called virgin zones. Now, these virgin zones are a way to give the earth back to nature and let nature do its thing. Um, it kind of reminds me of that part in Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum says, uh, life finds a way. And basically, that's what it is. It's these protected virgin zones, these protected areas that were given back to nature so that nature can repair itself and be plentiful. And these zones are not for humankind. They're not for people to go explore. They're not for people to harm or damage in any way, which is great. I think we need to create these zones now. So basically, a team goes in to explore these zones, even though they're not supposed to, and the team never returns. So now a second team goes in to try to recover and find these people who have been missing. Now, I'm not going to give you any more details than that. I don't want to get into it too much because that might ruin part of it. So, I love dystopian future books like this. Okay, so you see this flower here? It's not just a flower. It's actually called a ghost orchid. And this ghost orchid is supposed to have healing properties. It's supposed to be very powerful, and it's also, if someone possesses it, um, people pay big bucks for it. So that's basically why they went in to go research and find these things. Tim Lebbon, this book was great. I really enjoyed it. Um, I am going to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And the only reason why I did that is because I read it, actually, I listened to it on audiobook. And the narrator for me just didn't quite capture the relationship between the people like I was hoping for. And also, listening to it on audiobook, there were certain little things that the narrator did that I did not like. I don't know if it's Tim Lebbon's writing or if it was the narrator, but when they said, someone said, X said, and then they said, and it was just like that. It was just very repetitive. Maybe it was written that way, the dialogue between the characters. That kind of got on my nerves a little bit. So I'm going to knock it down a half star for that, just because I listened to it on the audiobook. And when I say I listen to these on the audiobook, I actually am one of those weirdos that reads along to the book while the narrator is going. So yeah, I am that guy. Call me a psychopath, I don't know. But I do read along to my books when I listen to them on audiobook, for the most part. So I did like Tim's style of writing. There are some really beautiful pieces in here when he's talking about the explorers or these other teams coming in and finding other bodies. Um, so I'll read you a quick little part of it, which I thought it was pretty beautiful. Let me see which one I want to read, because there was a couple in here. Um, okay, so here it goes. A single rose stem grew from the other woman's empty eye socket. In rich, its rich red blood, excuse me, its rich red bloom resting on her left cheek. A fat slug pulsed in the remains of the other eye. Her throat had had been ripped out, spine exposed, skin and flesh tattered and torn. home to crawling insects. A wild rose grew around the base of the tree, and its thin stem penetrating and passed through the woman's leg. Her stomach and left arm, they held her hand aloft. Her pierced skin was caught on thorns and stretched, along with the material of her running shorts and top. So I thought how beautiful his writing was to describe that. Here you have this body that's been tattered and torn and what have you, but yet the beauty of a single rose coming out of her eye socket. I thought that was great, and I also liked one of the quotes in here where they say, "These people died in Eden, which is one of the zones." And then one of the characters also responds back by saying, "Did they die in Eden, or did Eden take them back?" So I thought that was pretty cool. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. It was a 3.5-star read for me. Even though I did listen to it on audiobook, I would suggest maybe reading it for yourself. I didn't really care for the narrator. But yeah, overall, Tim Lebbon, Eden, check it out. Thank you guys for watching.